we see is that if Israel accomplished, if the second kingdom accomplished God's purpose, that the visions concerning the third kingdom would be sealed up and therefore would not occur.
So like they sometimes do on DVDs, it was an alternate ending.
An alternate ending, that's good, Larry. That's the ending is sure. Who accomplishes that ending is whoever determines that that's what they want to do. So they chooses to do so.
So this kingdom, this second kingdom in Daniel 9:24, is literal Israel.
It is restored.
It is restored
Israel from captivity back to their land, and the one requirement is that they become the righteous nation for which God intended them.
So there are two distinct possibilities that are listed here. One is that literal Israel will be restored and will fulfill what God wanted them to do. The other possibility is that they will not be restored and another kingdom will have to take over.
There will be a third kingdom.
There will be a third kingdom.
Is that what the prophet Hosea was given that information, trying to show with his own marriage problems and whatnot, that look, you got to put this together?
Yeah, all of those so-called minor prophets of the Old Testament, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Zechariah, Malachi, all of them were prophets to the second kingdom. None of them were prophets for the third kingdom. They were all God's willingness and desire to make Israel recognize who they were, what their purpose was, and what the requirements for them were. The requirement was they must become a righteous nation. They must become a righteous nation. It was not an option, and it was not a gift. Righteousness is not a gift. Righteousness is earned. Righteousness is learned. By learning righteousness, and practicing righteousness, you are righteous. God's kingdom must be righteous.
Speaking about that, what are we supposed to do then with these minor prophets in the Bible? Or do we bother with them very much then? Because we know that prophecies, all the prophecies are...
They don't have a specific pertinence to us today, other than that we can see by the message that they deliver to the second kingdom that God's requirement of His kingdom, first, second, or third, God's requirement of His kingdom is righteousness.
And God is serious about it.
He's serious about it. And the other thing that we can recognize is that the second kingdom was required to become righteous before Christ died. They were to become righteous before Christ died. In Daniel chapter 9, very clearly, God lays out to Daniel that during the 77s, this starts in verse 24 of Daniel 9, during the 77s, the people are to finish the transgression. And make an end of sin. Make an end of sin. During which period of time?
This 70-week period.
This
490-year period.
This 490-year period to make atonement for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, and then to seal up vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy people.
And so that sealing up both vision and prophecy would occur only if they had accomplished those things that God demanded right here. If they did that, then there would be no need for any other prophecy to be fulfilled. It would all be done.
Exactly. In fact, the Messiah would have returned, or the Messiah would have come to Israel as they expected him to come.
As the king.
As the king.
Right.
Not as a babe in a manger. He would have come as their king, sat on the throne in Jerusalem. Isaiah and Jeremiah both talk about this. We can look in Jeremiah chapter 3. And verse 17, at that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations will be gathered to it, to Jerusalem, for the name of the Lord. Nor shall they walk any more after the stubbornness of their evil heart. If they are not walking any more after the stubbornness of their evil heart, what are they?
They are righteous.
They're righteous. In those days the house of Judah will walk with the house of Israel, and they will come together from the land of the north to the land that I gave your fathers as an inheritance. This is a restoration prophecy.
And remember, the land of the north, Israel, was gone at this time. Israel was
Scattered throughout
So,
the land of the north.
the prophecy states that they will return and join with Judah, which never happened.
Well, I've been listening to some people. I know it never happened, but there's a huge crowd out there that believe that it's still going to happen, that this time period has been extended, and it's definitely going to happen. In fact, the Jews are wanting this Messiah now.
Where in the prophecies does God state or reveal that this time period of 77s will be extended indefinitely?
No, it's not
Never.
there.
Okay, it's
So-
not there.
Right.
So to say that would be to put words in
Into
God's
God's mouth.
mouth
Oh, boy.
that He did not say.
And that is calling
Which
God a
is
liar.
choosing darkness over light.
That's absolutely right.
That's correct.
And the other thing is, when this image, this rock that is cut out without hands occurs, this occurs at the end, the appointed time of the
I'm
end.
getting,
the
I'm
end
getting
of
there,
time.
Dennis.
It's,
Uh,
and that proves that it can't be the original
Yes.
first kingdom.
Dennis is jumping ahead of me, but that's okay, Dennis. It's good to have someone like Dennis around because he understands a lot of this. I'm trying to go step by step here so that our listeners out on the internet will be able to follow along and not, we won't be jumping and leaping from here to there and leave some people shaking their heads and wondering how on earth did they get to that point.
Like Skip, right?